So, hello everyone. Hi, Twitter. Yet again, thanks everyone for stopping by. This is going to be a short stream about what's going on right now. We're going to look at it together. It's a change, it's news coming in that you don't have to stick around. We'll be looking at this. It's about 30 minutes. We'll be looking at it together to see what they're talking about. The Oversight Committee vows to tell the American people the truth about the UFO. So, truth is coming. Tim Burchett, that you saw in the last stream, was very upset with what was going on. And hello, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks to all that are not working right now that have the time to check it out. And you don't have to be here. You can check this out later. It's just the news that's going on right now. We're going over to the Hill, I guess it seems, for the Oversight Committee. I just want us to look at this together. It's about 30 minutes. If it gets boring, I'll cut it off and we'll stop it. But it's news coming in right now. We're all expecting to hear a lot about the UFO suppression. And don't forget, for those that do not know, Henry Kissinger passed away hours ago, or they mentioned it hours ago, 100 years old. And I have to tell you who and what he has done to this planet in the past. So let's get into it right away. Welcome to everyone that is here. Let me see. Maybe I'll go over to the comments first to see if people are here. That would have been the smart thing to do. And there are. Thank you very much. What's up, man? Corianne. Well, they're talking. The Oversight Committee is talking about what's going to happen. So now Tim Burchett mentioned very recently, not too long ago, that they're going to start calling names out, right? So this is what I'm anxious for the Congress to start pointing fingers. We know that there are 4 senior Republican, we're not going to hide that, politicians. Everyone's implanted everywhere, but now they're going to be forcing the companies. There's new mandates, a whole bunch going on. Tim Burchett's mandate that he recently did, the Transparency Act, I believe, is being held back, is being pushed back, is trying to be broken up. So I don't think it's going to happen. So let's get into it right away. I do want to say hello to everyone here. So Revival, good morning, man. Thanks a lot, guys. An impromptu stream. Yep, exactly. The news. And like I said, not necessarily, you don't have to stick around. If you guys and gals are busy, you can come back tonight to look at it. I'm going to keep the ads off of this. I'm not going to make any revenue on this. It's quite simply news, but it still attracts people to the channel, which I thank everyone so much. Twitter, listening, everyone. Project Unity channel on Twitter. There's a lot of people that I'm interacting with or going to interact with, and I got some heads up. And of course, I'll be pushing their channels out too. Some good real people on Twitter. I'm sure there are some here too. The only real people on YouTube right now are you guys and gals following the channel. Actually, tomorrow a stream, Friday at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. So I'm not going to keep you here too long. We're going to get into it. Full color emotion. First time I come on Thursday, so there could be some new people, which is whoa, blown away. And of course, the same usual amazing people. Hey, Jules, Mist, how are ya? Mist in the Mountain, love the names. Trish, Killian. Hey, you guys, thanks a lot, for the incredible support. Before K is here. Corianne, dude, I check in even when I'm at work. Love your shows, man. I really appreciate that, you guys, for the interest in the research. I thought the research would, go get a whole shitload, excuse the expression, of people, and it will, but it's being suppressed. I'm not the only one being suppressed on YouTube. I know YouTube has a tendency of suppressing certain things. Some big changes are coming. Elon Musk recently spoke to his advertisers. People are starting to wake up. Watch the changes now that Henry Kissinger passed away. Queen passed away, her husband, and boom, 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 all the wars. Do you have any idea what's going to go on right now? This guy was in charge of immigration and policy, foreign policy. So you can imagine what's going to happen. Bonjour, Janine. On s'en va écouter les nouvelles en anglais. Thank you very much, you guys. We're just about to start it. I won't keep you for too long, but I do want to say hello to everyone. Thanks, you guys. Someone somewhere. Thanks for being members also, everyone. Good afternoon to you too. Thank you so much. Not good, Dan. Howdy, Bruce. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, boy, Corianne. That's my favorite expression. Yeah, boy. Me and my son's favorite expression. Yeah, boy. So we are going to, is that you, Brandon? We're going to listen to some interesting news. Notice the people that are there on stage talking about the UFOs. That's where it doesn't mean that they're all truthful or good people. You know, some of you talk to me about false flags. I totally get it. It's totally possible. I want to thank you all for taking the time to come to the streams. That really helps the reach of my channel. Alex, how's it going, man? We're going to see some news from the Oversight Committee that vows to tell the American people the truth. This should be interesting. Even though we never usually get complete truth, when now people on the inside, it seems that guess what? There's a UFO caucus is basically UFO positive caucus. Everyone's for bringing the truth out because the secret must be pretty deep and it must be doing some stuff that they will have to bring out before K. No need. You'll be able to listen in. Wayne Mansfield. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Yes, Wayne in the house. Rose is here. Thanks, you guys. Jules of Southern Oregon. We got His Highness expecting a big week. Absolutely, man. It's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a packed week of news about UFOs, about maybe some new secrets. So if they're talking about the new, if you haven't, go back to look at the last stream, talking about the CIA's wing, hidden one of them, which I'm sure there's going to be more that are going to come out, the Office of Global Access. I think it pretty much explains itself. They recently brought that out. So dismantling certain parts of those 3-letter associations. There are more associations too. Absolutely. Thank you very much, all of you. Hey, Louis Pepin, thank you very much. It will, Jules. I'm telling you, it will get messy. Hope no one from the Trump family has to go to the Kissinger funeral. Yeah, I totally hear you. And do you guys hear the new name for I think Darla told me about it. The new name for Trump, but people are starting to talk about him is Orange Jesus. So, you know, it's getting interesting. Hey, thank you, Alex. Welcome everyone on from the X platform. I'm also streaming on Twitter. I got a lot of support here, guys, from Twitter. It's helping us, like you guys. You guys are the only ones supporting the channel. We do get some new people here. It's rare. Not many of the views come from my subscribers. If I told you all that it's 2.5% of subscribers watch the videos for 30 seconds. So the analytics are a little screwed up here. I'm sure there are some real people here. Thoughts on the incoming solar storm, sky event, green sky? Yes, thanks for asking. So the sun just let go a class M, just under the X, M9.8. A directed coronal mass ejection, a CME, is headed towards Earth. We should start seeing the radiation late this evening or early tomorrow, depending on, maybe even in the afternoon, depending on what time it is and where you are. But tomorrow, say 24 hours from now, a bit before that, we should be feeling some of the radiation. There should be some problems again with the internet, with the satellites. Is it going to spit out again? You know, some of you know it, and tell me, when the sun rotates around and the sunspots get to the end of the limb of the sun, that's often where they react. We've been very lucky because the coronal mass ejections are blowing sideways and towards the back of the sun. There's always sunspots on the sun. By the way, Twitter, I also have some incredible captures of objects beside the sun. I showed I have short videos here, by the way. Also, before we get into this video, I have short videos, over 30 now. I have even some people were laughing at my video, I guess, where I was telling UFOs to fly away from me in the sky. So if you disagree with that video, it's good because I'm all open for debate. But I had some even people laughing that were members here. So yeah, it's an eye opener. It's not everyone that's open to talking to the skies. I'm the one that's throwing myself out there to be able to pass off for the nut, but at least people will be able to, you know, look for themselves and have your own opinions. Truth is coming. I'm telling you. Sursk 9, hello. Thank you very much. Right on. Welcome. Support. David White is in the house, bro. I hope you're doing well, man. Nice to see you out. Norma C. What a funny treat to discover you live. Yeah, and we're going to go see together, Norma C., the Oversight Committee talking. A lot. a whole bunch of people in that committee that I want you to take note of who they are and what they are saying. It's happening now, I guess. So the Hill was posting it. So we're just going to jump right on. I'm not going to monetize this. I'm going to, well, streams never are because they're always taken down. I'm going to take the ads off, and you know, YouTube, you might get some, whatever. Doesn't matter. You're going to see this. Paris Logan, thank you for being here. Again, David White. It's going to be awesome. We're going to jump right into it. Do you think we will ever see the gravity tech in action from our own people? I do. I honestly do. And I'm sort of afraid. I think that they're actually doing some of these experiments possibly in the moon's atmosphere without actually being there. If they have to test out hypersonic booms and stuff, we heard that around Earth. And they were actually testing to see if people were hearing them, right? They did some tests in the States. You know, the loud sounds that we hear around Earth, ooh, like trumpets or whatever, magnetism, you know, friction in space and everything that's going on, the change, the flipping of the poles of the sun. It's getting serious. Trump will return, not as president. He's still commander in chief. I see that much like Obama. What he's doing, right? Still commander in chief. Gets a guy to lick his ice cream cone, go up on stage and everything. The other day, a couple days ago, Biden went up to, in a company, went up to a guy and said, "You know that I got 3 Marines with nuclear codes that can blow up the world?" Turned around and walked away. You know, he puts his hands out forward when he walks like a zombie. There's 2 invisible strings holding him up. Going forward is actually what they're doing. So, McClurg, thank you very much. Grip Ripper. That's right. I had to look to see. Yep, just a quick news update. 30 minutes. We'll look at it together. I'll come on after to say a quick goodbye to you all because I want to do another video for today and some shorts and stuff. Please be checking out the short videos. Every amazing capture that I have, you'll be seeing them come back again. Don't get mad if you see a UFO twice and say the son of a bitch is showing it twice. Hasn't NASA? Hasn't everyone been working on the bullshit NASA 60-year-old images, completely pixelated, where people are calling the pixels buildings, you know? So we want some real research and getting in close. This is the place to be. Some of you might say, "Oh, Bruce is stepping up," because Bruce doesn't usually talk like that and tell people, you know, he's got good stuff. And I let people come on their own. But after 7 years, what the hell are y'all doing? Come on, buy the channel and check out the videos. Bojack, we'll get the truth and all the truth this time. And all the truth this time with a question mark. Hopefully, I'm confident though, guys. I'm telling you, Bruce, I wasn't laughing at you. I don't know where the rest of the message went. Laughing at me. No, it wasn't you. You mean that you commented, LOL, or hey, I know it. No, I know it. No, I saw someone that was like a member that commented like LOL on the video. So what was the message erased or something? That could possibly be. No, guys, I know you love the work, and don't forget, there's someone somewhere. I mean it. But you guys are open to debate, and also I have some people that follow me that don't necessarily agree with me 100%, but that, you know, we can debate about it. TTs, may the force be with you too. House Oversight telling the people the truth. Will it be true? They BS'd us for so long. Yep. Now, even if they tell the truth, it's hard to believe whatever they say. It is. But look at the attacks on Tim Burchett. I mean, it's mean to say, but I want to see the ones that are being blasted and attacked, the ones that are calling them liars. You know, I don't believe in them. I believe in the ones that are being called liars. I want to come up myself with my own opinions on exactly, you know, what is going on. McClurg, thanks again. Really is. Christian Walter, Germany. Lots of my friends from Germany. I thank you very much, guys. I got a lot of people down there in Germany talking about me, and I really appreciate that. Bill L. Trump will be returning. Things will change immediately. I agree with that. I wish the best, nothing but the best, guys, for America. Ruth Kelly, we're going to get into a great video. Been watching, all really good. Ace 1007, thanks again for coming back. I appreciate that. Able to stay. No, right on, Sophie. Thanks so much for stopping by. See you tomorrow. Absolutely. Bonne journée à toi aussi. C'est juste des nouvelles, mais de toute façon, j'en parle demain, puis j'en parle ce week-end aussi sur la chaîne française. Fait que merci, Sophie. It so is. Hellion Hybrid. I'm gonna have to get into the video because so many people come in. I'm surprised. Thank you very much. We're a big 80 here now, as we always are. Yes, I can, Andromeda. Dale says the Orange Devil. All right. All right. I respect all your opinions, my friends. I honestly do. Maybe we're all devils. We all got a little bit of a horn set up on us. Little devilish things that we do that keep us sane. Rational Mind Riot. Nice to see this community growing. It is finally. And for those that don't know it, subscribers blocked. Hey, we're back to being blocked. We're 50 subscribers away since yesterday when I mentioned it on the stream, and now it's locked up. But we're going to get there. We're on our way to 100,000. There's lots of new coming. Also, the infrared drone and some new equipment. Equipment is very expensive. So all I'm asking is you guys, this is a free channel, the thumbs up, the comments. It helps the algorithm. You all know it. The hosts continually say that. You want to support the channel. You're already doing it by being here. You can contribute also. I don't have to linger on it. In each video, in the description, the links are there. Knock yourself out. That's all I have to say. I don't advertise that on any of my videos. You never even hear me talking about my donation or funds, which there's nothing wrong with it. Some of you tell me I should. I don't think I have to. If you want to support me, you look in the description. If you take the time to do so, you'll see it. Super chats here, the thanks button on the videos. I can see you. And if there are some mods here, because I can't see them because I'm on StreamYard, we get a lot of attackers here. We get Bruce Sees All fake channel that usually comes on and tell you all the fuck off. So be prepared. It's not me. Dave Black, again from Germany. Thank you very much. Love you more, Andromeda. We're going to see the Oversight community. I promise we're going right on. I am missed. Thank you very much for asking me. Well, here's the thing. On Twitter, okay, in every video except for the streams, in every video I have the link there. It's the first or second thing in the description. Here's my name on Twitter. You're going to see the Bruce Sees All channel, but that's not what you're looking for. I'm sorry for that. It's my fault. I'm trying to hide. It's ufology Canada, but write it like this: ufology Canada. It's written like that with the capital U and a capital C. UC, and you see the channel, you will absolutely see it. Christian Walter, thanks for being here. Maybe you should ignore all dumb folks. I wouldn't be talking to many people, buddy. You got more time to make cool content than no. Just to say that I do take my shower, never dust. I'm basically always here instead of dusting. Grass gets long in the summer because I'm always here. So that's the only comment that I posted there. Bruce Sees All Ufology Canada. There are fake channels here, the same icon. Come on in a couple of moments that will tell you to fuck off. So mods, if you see me telling people to F off, block me. It's not me. You'll see on the channels. So Bruce Sees All. When you get there on Twitter or the X platform, you type in what you see on the bottom, Ufology Canada, and you will see Bruce Sees All on top, appearing on top. Andromeda. Muriel, merci d'être ici. Andromeda, thank you so much. I felt the energy, Andromeda. And again, of course, the week that you were missing, well, I got the Dobbs, right? Every time we talk about the sun, you know it. I'm always out there every chance I get. Like even today, looking at the sun, always making sure. Greetings, Eliana. Thank you so much, Andromeda. Really appreciate that. Love you for it. Thanks for the incredible support, you guys. 33 viewers on X. We'll take it. That's cool. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I guess I have to be subscribed on X or have to pay to have viewers and comment back to them, which is a little sad, but hey, I'm okay. Sort of okay with it. Yes, Andromeda, Thursday streaming. A little different. Hello from California at Zero. Thank you very much. We're going to jump into the video. Bonjour, Louis. Pepin, merci beaucoup, mon frère. On the mark. And there, Elias, thank you so much, guys. There's my Twitter link if you want to take a look at it. True Cyborg. All right. I got gifted. I'm so happy. Thank you. To you, hey, Bruce, brother, glad to be here and live this time. True Cyborg. Thank you so much. We have Pat, Darla, a couple of people, Andromeda, Leah, Christy. I can't start naming the contributors because I forget a whole bunch of them. Not forget, there's too many. Paul Sabo gifted out several memberships. Please thank him when you see him. And Pat Kassar too. Thank you, guys. honestly. Crazy Music Space Jam is there Saturday. New guitars, guys. Want to see and have a lot of good fun. Crazy Music Space Jam right there. Elias, the black cat that you just saw, is the same cool cat. Dave Black again, thanks. Lindsay Mark, vows are like sometimes still moving the goal past. Absolutely, Lindsay Mark. Right, you are. That's why we're going to wish for the best. The Real Wayno. I will be sharing his music video in my community after this. I shared you on the music channel. The Real Wayno. Loved the blues sound. Love the blues voice. There's not everybody that can sing a blues song that laid back style. I loved it, dude. It was awesome. So I didn't even know. I mean, I know you'd mentioned it, but forgetting that some of you plays the guitar. Thanks, True Cyborg. Black Knight Satellite is here. Too many people to say hello to. Kiki. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. And now we are going to jump into this right away. Andromeda, again, thanks. Be careful, troll mods and everyone. There are Bruce sees all channels that come and disturb when they think I'm not looking, but I got the other channel up. I'm still looking too. And don't worry about the trolls, guys. Whether you block them now or at the end of the feed, they all disappear. So don't worry about it. Is Andromeda, great crowd as always, the same good bunch. Let's get into it, guys. So look what's happening, unfolding right now. Thanks for watching. I'm going to share the screen here for everyone. We'll watch it together, and we'll see what's happening. I'll be seeing all of you for the stream tomorrow. Absolutely. We're going to share that screen here, entire screen, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. You're going to hear me fidgeting around. I'll be right beside here watching with you, my friends. Let's click entire screen. And again, thank you so much for being here. Andromeda, everyone, thank you. Sergio, right on. Ciao. Grazie. Italia. Bellissimo. Thank you so much, you guys. We're going to see the news. Sergio, thank you for the other countries. Italy. Love you guys. There he is, Paul, the Sabinator. Thanks a lot, Paul. And at the same time, someone somewhere, love you all, says, love you all. Thanks a lot for the love of you guys. Some people got gifted, man. They were looking to thank people, and I've been giving them the heads up for all the help, and I love you for it. Thanks. So we're looking at the committee, bro, right now together. That's what we're going to do. Look at the Oversight Committee talking. I hope you guys hear it okay. Let's get into it. Let's put this in full. And of course, I'm posting from the Hill. If you guys want to go encourage them, you can do so. There's live 2 hours ago. So we're watching this together. What just unfolded. Tim Burchett, I've been waiting for him there. Enjoy. We'll talk after, guys.
Everybody ready?
Oh, okay. The volume is extremely low. Oof.
Yeah. Standing right here, dude. Well, thank y'all for being here. This is a very important issue, and this shows the amount of coverage that we have today. I'm Tim Burchett, Congressman from Tennessee. I've studied this issue for quite some time, and honestly, it just kind of fell in my lap up here. I believe our country, at least since 1947, has had a long history of covering this issue up. And this year, we were finally able to hold a legitimate hearing in July with credible witnesses who testified under oath to what they'd seen and experienced. The hearing this year faced a lot of pushback from the intelligence community, members of Congress, and of course, our friends at the Pentagon. The intelligence community shut down an amendment I tried to include in the FAA reauthorization bill. And basically, it would just require the Federal Aviation Administration to report UAP sightings by commercial pilots to Congress. I was told by the whip that bill was killed.
When I drive, I want to feel in control.
Drive like you want with Super All-Wheel Control.
I knew it.
Run Windows on Mac and open.
I knew that was going to happen. All right. Well, guys, what's happening here right now is that the volume, I have to put it full blast. So I don't know what to say. Let's try to get rid of the ads right now. Going to happen. Let's go through this. Get rid of the ads. All right. Now where the hell were we?
that do not compromise the and it just, like I said, it would just require the FAA administration to report UAP
Sorry
sightings
for that,
by
everyone.
commercial pilots to Congress. Again, they spend a whole hell of a lot of time and effort and money to tell us something to tell us something exists that does not exist. And so, fortunately, another amendment I introduced this year, it was to increase transparency. And honestly, this is what this whole issue is about transparency. On the issue, was included in this year's NDAA Act. It required the Department of Defense to declassify any documents and records relating to publicly known sightings of UAPs or UFOs that do not compromise the national security of the United States. It all comes down to one word, and that word is transparency. I've been briefed on things I can't talk about in public because it's considered classified. But why are we classifying so much about this, especially if the information doesn't jeopardize national security and we have departments telling us that they do not exist? We are here today to discuss that. I've got several other notes, but I'll skip over them because I know y'all probably want to hear from the folks behind me. We had some great witnesses, as I stated before, but these folks want to talk about more of the transparency and some of the pushback we're receiving from those aforementioned groups. And with that, I'll turn it over to my dear friend, Representative Luna.
Come on, speak up, guys.
And if you get to see this kid, you got to see this kid. He's spectacular. Thank y'all so much.
That's Paula Luna.
Thank you all for being here today. It is unacceptable that any mid-level unelected bureaucrat staffers can tell members of Congress that we are not allowed to access information about UAPs. Let me be clear that we are the representatives of the elected, or that of people that sent us here to do the right thing. Unelected bureaucrats do not get to say what we can and cannot see. We've had 3-star generals tell us that we did not have authorized access to this information. But yet, how do you expect us to continue to send taxpayer money to fund government projects if you're not even allowing us to see what those projects are? And I say that because, as some of you know, we have been consistently hearing that we do not have the authorized clearances, again, by people not elected to office. Let me repeat this: the people's representatives, members of Congress who sit on judiciary, armed services, and the oversight committees are being denied access to this information. But if we do not have the clearance, who does? Does this sound like a truly free country? Referencing Grush, I know there was many questions in regards to what was happening with his current IG report and whether or not we were able to receive access to that information. We were previously denied this. We have now received permission from him directly to go back into the SCIF to review that information. But in my short time in office, it has become very clear and evident that there is an apparent an orchestrated attempt to deny us this access. And it appears that that is coming from the intelligence community. We have a rampant overclassification problem. We need the UAP Disclosure Act, which I would ask that.
So it's the intelligence community, not the intelligence committee. So it's like an example of a police department where the police officers have power over the police department directors. So, it's the community, the intelligence community, and not here. What you're looking at, some of them are on the intelligence committee, that don't have as much power.
You see to my left, you have Representative Burchett's language, and it should be added. As we know, we do not want to go forward with fake promises to the American people. I'd also like to speak on the issue that some members have stonewalled our efforts to get transparency, and this is also unacceptable. No one member is above another, and the American people deserve to know as much about the existence in this universe as possible. They certainly have a right to know about whether or not if their safety is threatened, and most especially when it comes to our men and women defending us in the skies. This is a simple answer: stop barring us from the truth.
The Spearskin hoodie blocks wind.
I was able to catch it. There will be some ads coming up. I'm very sorry. Oh, let's see. What's this? If you guys are interested in buying some coats. Okay, and then we're back.
Good morning, good afternoon, I should say now. So I'm happy to be here with the folks that have really been talking about this.
More ads than Bruce sees all.
At the beginning of Congress. This is not something that I thought I would get involved in when I first came to Congress. But quite frankly, the reason why I got involved is as we started asking questions, legitimate questions, the pushback we got is what interests me. Every time we pulled a thread and we stumbled on something, it seemed that we would get stonewalled. And so, NASA has stated that the term UAP does not necessarily imply extraterrestrial origin, which means we could be making these things domestic. And so, look, if these are advanced technologies, we're not interested in hurting national security, but we are interested in knowing what these UAPs are. You have the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office that was in the NDAA in 2022. And they have said, so the government has said, there's 366 reports of UAPs. A number of them they will not classify. They cannot explain to us. Some they say are weather balloons, some they say is clutter, some they say are other anomalies, but then there are a bunch that they don't explain.
That's how they'll hide. They'll
and
say they don't know what
I
they
think
are.
you see not just a bipartisan approach here in the House, but you see a bicameral approach with Senator Chuck Schumer and what he's trying to accomplish. And that really just is transparency and disclosure. I think the American people have a simple question, which is, if none of this exists, if this is all false, why at every turn are there people trying to stop the transparency and the disclosure? Why are folks who are in charge of committees, whether they are in the House or in the Senate, opposed to this disclosure? And it's that point alone that piques the interest, right? And that's really what we're about. This is not about whether there are aliens or there are not aliens, right? Those are questions that I think remain unanswered, right? It's not whether there is stuff we have found here or not found here. Those questions remain unanswered. The problem is when we ask those questions, right, rather than being provided information that would prove it false, they stonewall the information. And that is what piques the interest. Thank you.
And we are here today because all of the whistleblowers, the hearings, the investigations, the discussions, the work that we have done have culminated in a negotiation that is happening in real time right now over the National Defense Authorization Act, a piece of legislation I care deeply about as a member of the House Armed Services Committee. And in that negotiation, we are fortunate that the amendment Congressman Burchett offered to the House version of the NDAA provides a beachhead for us to be able to get the answers and to be able to demand the transparency that is necessary. It is insufficient, though, to seek this transparency from the Department of Defense alone. We have to have cooperation so that Title 50 authorities through the intelligence community are also subject to review, that the FAA, the NSA, the FBI, even state and local authorities that have information are able to have that cataloged, assessed, and then put out before the public. It is my belief that the Burchett Amendment is the strongest position when coupled with the additional authorities and additional agencies that I've just mentioned in order to be able to get to that productive result. Unfortunately, we have members of the House Intelligence Committee and the Senate Armed Services Committee who right now are frustrating the effort that we are putting forward in order to be able to obtain the information and to move forward. I think it is productive that Senator Schumer has engaged on this issue. He's not an insignificant person in this town, but I am concerned about embracing a disclosure paradigm that mirrors the JFK assassination disclosure paradigm.
Hold the CIA
I don't know
accountable.
that there are any Americans
Hold them
who would
accountable.
view the JFK assassination disclosure paradigm as some sort of vaulted standard. Time and again, we've seen that system fail. I also don't believe that, pursuant to the Schumer language, we would have to wait 25 years in order to get this information. 25 years is a long time when you consider what Mr. Burchett said about the lack of veracity that the government has provided to the people up until this point. And so we're here to call for the most inclusive, most robust provisions possible to be included in the NDAA. We don't want to see a lot of log jams created. And in the event that there's any designation of a national security concern regarding disclosure, we believe that this information can no longer be siloed with the entities that have frustrated disclosure. That there should be broader briefings to members of Congress, that the Oversight Committee, which many of my colleagues here serve on, should be receiving those briefings.
Truth
that
is
the Armed
coming.
Services Committee should be receiving those briefings, and it should not just be the fiefdom of the Intelligence Committee and the intelligence community. And if we achieve that objective, I think we can start to restore some of the trust the public has. But as we work through the finer points of that legislation, we felt it was important today to come forward and express where the log jams exist, where the opportunities lay before us, and we will pursue those with great vigor. I also wanted to specifically thank House Armed Services Chairman Mike Rogers. He allowed the Burchett Amendment to go on the bill without objection, and I think he is to be commended for that. And also when my colleagues, Ms. Luna and Mr. Burchett and I were at an Air Force base and were told by Air Force officials that we weren't allowed to see information that whistleblowers had expressed to us existed, it was in fact Chairman Rogers himself who personally engaged with the Office of the Secretary of Defense and gave us the opportunity to view the images that were taken by pilots of some of these unidentified aerial phenomenon. So work to be done, but we hope that this gives you clarity as to what our goals are, how the scope and depth of the mission ahead.
Are you ready to learn the secret to cheap Canadian cannabis?
Cheap Canadian cannabis. Okay.
You know, I came to Congress thinking that this place was
Sorry, guys.
dysfunctional, and I had a general idea that the bureaucracy would try to block us. But seeing it from the inside, I can tell you it's worse than you can imagine. Everything that you suspect about the federal bureaucracy is doing, they're almost certainly doing. And it's nearly impossible to get a straight answer. So you all know my perspective, but at the end of the day, I think the taxpayers deserve to know where their money is being spent.
Yeah.
The question we have before us is that, are we in an environment where the republic is being threatened by individuals and by people who are not elected to be able to withhold information from the public? And so I want to applaud the efforts of this group and the folks standing behind me, especially Mr. Burchett, who, as he said, it's time for transparency. It's time for Tim's amendment to be passed, and as well as the Schumer amendment. While they may not be perfect in their current forms, it gets us in a better direction. And it's my belief that both of them will actually put us in a better place. I don't think that they have to be mutually exclusive. At the end of the day, if we want transparency, we should be going after every avenue that we can to get the information to the American people. Thank you.
Well, again, thank you all. This is about accountability and about transparency.
I wonder if Paula Luna's hiding the emblem on her book.
Holding the deeps
That's Kazoo's girlfriend, by the way.
to task for their refusal to declassify information that the American people need to know, that Congress needs to know. In July, I questioned highly decorated naval and intelligence officers who had been in aircraft, who had seen UAPs.
Can I make her hide her book?
And what they told me was alarming. These officers told us that when encountering these UAPs, had they had
so
to defend
close.
themselves or their aircraft or their personnel, they would not have been able to do so. 3 military intelligence officials swore when giving those statements. Foreign objects are buzzing around in our airspace, and Joe Biden's over 30 generals have not only been silent on the issue, but yet have yet to play ball with Congress. Not to mention, American farmers are seeing intelligence aircraft above their fields. There have been 144 reported sightings of these objects that we know of, and the DoD is more concerned about pronouns and woke agendas than informing Congress and having accountability and having transparency. In a moment when American supply chains are broken, our border is overrun, and Chinese ownership in American institutions has skyrocketed, American defenses against unknown aircraft are paramount. Because of this bipartisan effort in the House and now the Senate, intelligence agencies are now beginning to tout exploratory measures to investigate UAPs. But this needs to be an expeditious process, not 25 years. That's unacceptable. It should be noted that the Kennedy deadline has been blown through a couple of times. The information released has been less than full disclosure. And so whether it's little green men, American technology, or worse, technology from the CCP, we need to know. There needs to be better cooperation amongst agencies, and Congress has a right, an obligation to know. This is about transparency. This is about accountability. The truth is out there, and
Yep.
American people are ready.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, so two, on the amendment, Congressman, that you have there, it's 2 pages and a half. The Senate version of that is 64 pages.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, are there, other things that you're gonna be hoping to do?
The volume is horrible.
Main thing or whatever, or is that it on your end?
I would like to be, that would be it. I think we've overcomplicated the issue. 64 pages, and Matt alluded to the 25 years. I mean, good gosh.
Matt Gates in the back.
Something after the Kennedy assassination situation, and we're still waiting. Even it just peruse that they're allowed a delay of 300 days, and then there's the blanket if it's a national security issue. I mean, so it just, to me, we've got a lot of doors that could be opened, and I think this is I just like a clear, concise way to do it. And I don't need a bunch of lawyers looking over our shoulders telling us, sorry, Jared. And Matt, yeah, sorry, but I mean, the lawyers
They're
are
literally looking over your
yeah, they're literally looking over my shoulders. I just think a simplification is the way to go. Simple answer.
And the second one was just, you made the distinction between the Intel community and the Intel committee. Could you characterize how the Intel committee here is responding to?
Have you heard of Superbit? This
You
weird.
just asked, how is the Intel community responding to this?
That just because,
Matt
we had
Gates
an
will speak
NDA
about it.
conference meeting yesterday where members of the House and Senate both raised this issue in debate, and the strongest resistance to transparency and disclosure and the Burchett language has come from the House Intelligence Committee. Other questions? Yeah, Ryan.
So when you raise these concerns about the Intel community being the ones that seems to be the roadblock every time you ask questions, is it your suspicion then that what these phenomenon are more likely to be are intelligence technology as opposed to little green men?
He's asking, as opposed to green men, is it just tech from Earth?
I think that
They could be hiding it this way.
There creates frustration among all of us. The fact that we don't know, and of course, if you have an encounter where some of our country's sensitive technology is observed, there has to be a mechanism to ensure that that's not available to our enemies. But that does not justify the multi-decade roadblock that we have encountered. And as you heard from Ms. Luna, when we've got unelected staff members limiting our access to SCIFs and to the types of briefings that we want to receive as elected lawmakers, it really raises questions about whether or not this is really the propriety of some of our intelligence assets or whether it's part of a cover-up. And only when we get the information will we be able to parse that distinction.
So speaking with the intelligence community, the CIA has reported that the secret office has been investigating this for decades. It has recovered some 9 instances of possibly extraterrestrial material. So is the CIA, do you believe they're hiding something? And if so, what is it?
Well, I believe that the recalcitrance from the CIA and from the intelligence community may be animated by some of the cover-up that we have seen up to this point. I hope that's not true, but I'm concerned that it is. And so that's why the Burchett language currently in the NDAA gives us a beachhead to be able to access not only Department of Defense authorities and Department of Defense activities and programs, but we have to actually get into what the CIA has done with UAPs.
But you got to ask yourself, since 1947, they've told us this.
Since
1947, basically, they've told us these don't exist. Yet now we're finding out they're spending millions of dollars. NASA has reports on it. The CIA now has reports on it, but yet the Pentagon keeps telling us they don't exist. So again, we're spending a heck of a lot of money to tell people something, to investigate something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you're asking the right question, if I can just jump in for a second, because here's, again, what this doesn't make logical sense, right? Is if this is all nonsense, right? Then why are we seeing constant, from different areas of government, whistleblowers coming out with things that are credible? Why, as legislators, are we being stonewalled? Why does it feel like just as we're making some progress, all of a sudden the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future come out to talk to staff or legislators that then all of a sudden aren't on board with more disclosure? And I think that's the American people who are following this. That is the same question that you're asking that they're asking. We see the Pentagon not being able to pass an audit for 6 years straight. Grush testified under oath that, part of these programs, these advanced technology programs, are being funded by overfunding programs in some areas of the budget or backdooring money. And so, again, we have been asking these questions, from the financial standpoint and from the transparency standpoint. And it's, Ryan, same question that you had.
David Grush, his testimony was, he was under oath.
Any of this information with Congress. We're asking why? And that it makes it appear that there is a substantial reason why they don't, not an insubstantial reason, right? It's not just maybe it's one of our new toys, right? And so that's, I think, why you see this group pressing so hard.
Yeah, if you go back to the hearing and think about what was said in committee, is that you're seeing this increased activity, yes, near military installation, yes, near conflicts, areas of operation, but you're also seeing it near our nuclear installations. And if you assume for a moment that it's American technology, we have normal areas of operation that we would test new aircraft, right? But it's now conflicting with commercial aircraft. So again, there's got to be an accountability mechanism that if it is our technology, that it's being operated safely, that it's being tested safely. And if it's Chinese technology, then we need to know and ask those questions of, are we ready? What are we doing to counter that? So I don't know if it's Little Green Men or US Technology or the CCP, but they're engaging in around our nuclear facilities. And I don't care who it is or where it's from. That should concern you.
I say little green Chinese men. They can fit in those craft. The Chinese people are small.
Answered, and I'll be damned. We're going to find those answers, and we're going to turn over every stone until we get them.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
You said about having to fight to get access to see some of the images.
They have to fight to get access to see some of the images.
You can answer this question. Have any of you seen?
Have any of you seen?
You believe stronger in the existence of something extraterrestrial?
That it is extraterrestrial. Any signs?
I am hesitant to make that leap, but what I can tell you is that when Congresswoman Luna and Congressman Burchett and I were at Eglin Air Force Base, and there were hours of frustrations where they didn't want to let us see a photograph taken by a pilot during a test flight. When I saw the photograph, ultimately, thanks to Chairman Rogers weighing in with the Office of the Secretary of Defense, I could tell you it is of nothing that I'm aware of having existing in our arsenal of assets.
That means it's
And
alien.
I'm on the Armed Services Committee for 7 years. I'm not unfamiliar with the things that we have at our disposal, and it was not something that I could classify as something that we would possess or a capability that any of our adversaries possess, because we also keep pretty close eye on those capabilities as well. So that leaves the question rather open. Matt?
In the testimony, there was 13 or 14 documented near misses with our aircraft. So that alone should we should ask the
14
question,
near
what's
misses.
going on? If it's our own people, why are we putting our own people at risk?
Matt?
Have y'all had your questions answered from what happened at the start of the year, the spy balloon incidents? And you guys all keep mentioning China. Why couldn't it be Russia or some other?
Asking about the spy balloons.
Well,
What makes you assume?
yeah,
Ukraine, they
had this guy.
By the way, the spy balloons were too fast for jets.
Chinese spy balloon incident, I can tell you that our concern about China, particularly in the Gulf of Mexico, emerges from their increased activities in Cuba. And if they are building out more capabilities, and frankly, you see a leveraged buyout of old Russian assets in Cuba being turned over to Chinese control. And so that's what animates our interest in that. Yes, sir.
So my first question is, are we seeing any actual progress towards actual transparency? And second of all, in regards to the UAP Disclosure Act, Congressman Burchett, what kind of changes would you like to see to be done to it?
Asking about progress.
The answer is no. The second is, I just like to see more transparency. That's all I want. You all in the media, that's what we got to have. And it's very difficult for me to go home and talk to people who don't trust the government.
Will the media start
something
reporting on this, do you think? We'll know which ones are real or not.
Millions of dollars on researching.
Millions of dollars on research, he says, but they don't exist.
To be clear, I think that Schumer's efforts here are probably the floor as to where we would like to see disclosure begin. So not to say that they're not good efforts. I think basically any step forward is a step forward in the right direction here. But again, going back to just what we have faced, it shouldn't be the case that it is this complicated to release this information. And also just to, put it out there, I mean, it should scare the American people that there is maybe, whether it's special interest or corporation, that thinks that they have a say in what your taxpayer dollars go to, and also what information, the American people are not stupid. We can handle this information. Other countries have declassified similar information, and it's time that the United States steps up to the plate and does the same.
One aspect of the Schumer amendment that draws a little concern for me is an appointed body that would review information or photographs or what have you before it's released to the public. That is an appointed body that the American public would have no control over. It'd be appointed by a politician. You know who'd be on there. You'd have the Missile Defense Company.
We're almost done here. An appointed body. That's really scary. It's, you know what I mean? No matter who's in charge of the truth, they have always these committees that are appointed committees of people that decide on what we can see. These are, along the lines of the same bullshit fact checkers online. Remember back in the days online when some crazy nut went on this Facebook and with guns and started declaring he was going to shoot up some people? What would happen? The FBI would wind up hours later at their home, arrest them, and that was the end. But now they're surveilling things that are going on, and it's like anyway, I'm not saying the other one's planning it, but it's like they're not stopping the bad people. They're more protecting the bad people. We're almost done here, guys.
You'd have the usual cast of characters, and to me that casts a chilling effect on the whole thing, in my opinion.
I want to add something that Tim said, because I want to give him some credit. So back to your question of have we seen progress? I mean, listen, it's not like the 118th Congress is doing a lot of things, right? So in fairness, right, I think we're at the same pace. I think because of Tim's efforts and the group behind us, we are actually seeing a lot of progress. First of all, we had a hearing in the House that had never happened before. The Intelligence Committee had a hearing that hadn't happened in 50 years. Okay. We've now had multiple press conferences on this. You're having legislation introduced, not just in the House, but in the Senate. So this has come a long way from the times when Harry Reid was talking about it or Marco Rubio was talking about it. You now have a bipartisan, bicameral effort. And so, this right? It doesn't do big things at the moment. So I got to, Tim is the one who has spearheaded a lot of this. And so, to give him a little more credit that he's willing to give himself, I think we're making a lot of progress. We just have to accept the fact that the pace here in Washington, we're caught up in that same pace.
It's slow.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you been able to see any documents or videos, etc., that would be considered classified and follow up after?
Have you seen any classified documents, Matt
Yeah,
Gates?
no, I mean, we have.
And so when you see them, have you said to yourself, there's no way this is a threat to national security? Why is this still being classified?
I have reviewed classified information and thereafter, wondered to myself why that would be classified. And so I have had those concerns. I've also, as a member of the Armed Services Committee, seen some radar signatures and other information that even my colleagues who are not on the Armed Services Committee have not been able to see. And that concerns me as well. I think we ought to democratize that information at a minimum throughout the Congress and I think more productively with the American people. We'll take one more.
And I was going to say, I've seen stuff by whistleblowers that you would all be scratching your head. Go ahead, last point.
He's seen stuff. So, okay, Matt Gates, you're looking at right here in the center. I'm Canadian, right? What I know about American politics is that some of these guys and gals are really trying to push out the truth from coming out. So, whether it be a friend themselves, this could all be a shit show. I'm keeping that in the back of my head, but I'm still watching. But Tim Burchett just said it. So Tim Burchett, Paula Luna, everyone that you're looking at right now, all know stuff that they're not allowed talking about. They already know there's some serious stuff, and there's even some things that aren't serious that they're still hiding. So why would they do that? Why would they invest billions of dollars or maybe millions into hundreds of millions into what? Just hiding what's going on?
As you mentioned, members of the House Intelligence Committee pushed back on this.
Member of the House Intelligence Committee, he says.
What are they saying?
What are they saying, the House Committee?
When, the reaction I've gotten is just sort of a broad brush national security concern. There's not been really an itemized critique of the Burchett amendment to the NDAA. It's been more just a generalized veto from the Senate Armed Services Committee and the House Intelligence Committee. And that's most unfortunate. Great. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you know what? Look at it the way you want, guys. Look at my desktop. Look at it the way you want. They're waiting for the truth to come out, for the people to talk about the truth and admit the truth is real, right? That's what they want to do. They want to tell the public about everything going on, but they're waiting because they don't want to tell the public anything because they don't have that clearance. So in reality, what it looks like, it's like they're saying in hiding, the government of the United States of America was taken over. There's a different group of people running the American government. And now the lawmakers and on both sides, both Democrats, Republicans, there's some hypocrisy on both sides, right? Where no matter who you're voting for, that's for sure. Alem says Gates has secrets like skeletons in the closet. He's very blackmailable. Well, we'll see. We're gonna find out. That's for sure, right? Dalek says Matt's a serious congressman. He booted McCarthy against backlash. Absolutely, someone that we wanted to see leave. That's for sure. Isn't it interesting? Gravitics in the 50s. Yeah, Froggy Zombie, guys, they were very advanced. Back in 1947, they were so advanced. So the trick is to block what's coming out, right? So they're trying to make this situation not become a Roswell situation where they're going to withhold information from the people for a long period of time so that they can get rid of documents. We saw Helm, director of the CIA back in the days under Maurice Duplessis right here, MK Ultra, a certain hospital in Montreal, they were lobotomizing kids and stuff like that. And it's like they caused many years of that to stall when it came out. Project Paperclip, right here, right down the street. When you think of it, it all started here in MK Ultra. Montreal is the source where the mind experimentation started, which in reality, it was Americans that were working here. Even worse than that, it was a Scottish doctor physician that came down, that Douglas, that was doing a whole bunch of stuff. Whoop, the numbers just dropped down 30 because we're talking about some stuff probably. Hope they're not playing a dirty joke on us. They could be, though. They could be. I don't think they are. I'll be honest with you. David Grush spoke under oath. There's nothing going for this guy. If this guy is talking about the government and everything being hidden, there's nothing that he's doing that's going to help him. It's not going to help him. He's being suppressed, threats and whatnot. I do believe we all know there's corruption in the government, but we have to give the chance. I'm not trying to change your minds. So we have to give the chance to listen to what's going on. I love Tim Burchett. It could be a scam. I get it. A lot of you are telling me that. So I remain open-minded, but I'm not going to jump on the fact that it could be a scam. But Leah, you're smart to remain on your guards, because they've always lied to us. Even what they said, everything they said about Roswell was probably a lie. They're in 2020 and 2021, they were still hiding parts of the Roswell story, which happened over 50 years ago. 56 years ago was a long time. 47, a hell of a long time ago. Yeah, I definitely believe they are being threatened. They're being threatened to death. Most of them probably. And it's going to be hard to bring some of that truth out. So they're going to have to make other laws. We'll see this happen through the years for sure. Going to make the laws come out where, did you hear what they're all saying? They said in that report, they want everyone that has to do with alien technology and secret projects to expose everything. So they are going to work on that. Are they going to tell us everything? Who knows? You see how they hide stuff? They said during the report, we just heard it. They go, hey, we don't know if it's alien or human. That's an easy way of hiding what they know, right? Can't get mad at them if they don't know what it is. Yeah, we saw some stuff whizzing by. Absolutely, it's real. I mean, yeah, there's UFOs out there, but we don't know if it's China. We don't know if it's Russia. We don't know if it's any of them. So it's like, who is it? Who is it? But they're all stuck on that question, and it doesn't really matter. No really breaking news, unfortunately. I think it is, though, bro. For me, to the point of having tears in my eyes, this is the first time in over 50 years that they were able to create an amendment, a Transparency Act, and there's the Authorization Act. There's a whole bunch of the UAP Authorization Act also that they made for the first time in 50 years that they were never able to do before. Roswell, they blew it off as a balloon. Look at the spy balloons that they said took off too quickly for the jets to catch up to them. What? A balloon? Those were no balloons. There were no balloons up in the sky. There was one of those balloon sightings that was leaked out very recently that was held back in Canada, Alaska, somewhere like that. It was seen here over Canada, several UFO objects. We scrambled Canadian jets. There were even American Air Force jets, I think, that came over here, and they weren't able to catch up with the three objects. So there's no friggin' balloons in the sky, that's for sure. That's the first time that we see on the inside also, Alex, that they're pushing out information. I know people sont à bout, là. I hear you. Je te comprends bien. People want the whole truth to come out, but it can't be done. There were some deaths that occurred, some suicides, and some bad shit that occurred with some UFO sightings and events that they're not talking about. You could only imagine that if there are different types of humans here on Earth, we have some great humans, we have some horrible humans. We could very well have some aliens out there that are both good and bad also. But for me, seeing them bring this news out right now, the CIA is being dismantled. Alex, back in the day, there's Radio Canada. They came out, this is 3-4 years ago. They came out with a big breaking news saying that the CIA is being dismantled. They're going to have to dismantle the CIA, and that there's so much corruption and it has to do with trafficking and stuff. And then they went offline. They were taken off YouTube. They were told to shut up. And never again did Radio Canada or CBC News ever talk, not CBC shitheads. Radio Canada didn't talk about it ever again. And they were like literally blocked about it. But I respect your opinion, man. It's, I think it is. I think it's absolutely breaking news that is changing absolutely everything. I'm on the verge of having my research exposed in a very big way. And if other countries find out that it is the US up there, or that it is the CIA or something, there's going to be some wars. We're going to see some systems go down. We're going to see some big associations go down. Henry Kissinger passed away, 100 years old. Guy used to eat ribeye steak. For those of you that want to live long, just don't do like what he was doing. What changes are going to come with that? I have no idea. Classify MJ12, Roswell, the JFK files, all of it. Well, the JFK files, a lot of it is being exposed, even though it is many years after. The CIA killed the president. So we can talk about other events, 9/11 and stuff. So it's like 1 + 1 is 2, right? So, that's exactly how it is. If your eye perceives something and believes it, everyone will believe it. So if they show something on television, everyone will have a tendency of believing it if it's convincing. You need a convincing story. How do you hide the truth from coming out? Like in my research, you add a little lie, or any truth to come out, you add some lies into that. I've seen a lot of efforts of some people here, some trolls, some jealous haters on the channel that tried to really just destroy the channel by lying, basically. The man with no name in the house. They do, don't they, Susie Cat? They look a little concerned and worried. And don't forget, these guys know a lot about what's going on. They've heard the testimonies. They just can't talk to the public. But if they're wanting to bring shit out, it's because it could be something really serious that they want to bring out that happened and that they're not telling us about. I believe that 100%. USA, yeah, absolutely. But I'm telling you, that has to come out. So now, yeah, USA was taken over. So is Canada, guys, if not worse. I don't know if you guys have any idea what's going on in Canada. It's really hush-hush here in Canada. The C-18 bill, the C-11 bill, all the bills that they're passing to shut up the podcasters and people that, freedom of speech and everything, it's getting pretty bad. But that has to come out for them to stop it. Once that comes out, they're going to really start stopping it. My research, for those that don't know it, I got a lot of UFO videos. Was even seeing UFOs here, lifting up from the surface that are invisible. Not getting much attention on that. So Twitter, listening in. I'm going to keep it short. Guys, we will be streaming tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Eastern, Montreal time, and at 8:00, remember 18, 1 and 8. Right? We stream at 1 and 8:00 on Fridays, Wednesdays, 5 p.m. And most of you know it. When there is UFO news, come on right away. Maybe do it this way. I'm going to go immediately, not put any ads on this, just keep it as up for news and stuff. Yep, absolutely. Super Dave 44, right about that. How's it going, Robin? Yes, now you said it. You said it well, Robin. They were selected and not elected because there are no elected people anymore, right? We'll leave it at that. Another thing we're not allowed talking about, unfortunately. Elias says, it looks like it's the agenda to me. Everything planned, planified. Could very well be. Could very well be. I respect your opinions. I think the United States government is being dismantled, and we're going to see an interagency battle where they're going to blow themselves up, guys. Get ready for it. They're going to cause mayhem. There's going to be civil unrest, and I'm no prophet, and we're just basically repeating what I'm seeing, what you all are seeing too. We can really see these things unfolding each and every day, and things are unfolding quite quickly. I agree with you, Jules. I'm the same as you. Can't wait for everyone to freak out. Can't wait for David Grush to get vindicated and for everything to come out. He spoke under oath. There's nothing going for him. It's easy to know who is corrupt in the government. For me, just my opinion, No way in hell is this a false alien flag. There will be no false alien flags. The false alien flags could be Balthazar, could be Roswell, could be what's going on right now with Tim Burchett. Like I said myself, I'm not excluding that, but real emotions are hard to hide. And I'm telling you, these guys are going to bring the truth out. The whole freaking committee, oversight committee, is going to be taken out, blasted, cut off, whatnot, threatened and stuff. We have to listen to what they're saying. That's all I'm telling you guys. We have to listen to what they're all saying before making a judgment. But I'm open to the people that are already, deciding right away. Blocking it because Israel stole most of the technology. Yeah, there's some stories coming up about that, Dan. Also, of course, yes, I've been hearing for themselves and now control the vast majority of it. Yeah, the Samson option was never about the NUCs. Yes, it was UAP tech, which I believe also CERN is also UAP tech. Everything is UAP tech related. Everything they're doing. When the States became a corporation, it lost its direction. And so here we are today. Absolutely what I believe. But good news, my American friends. I'm telling you, good times are coming back. America will be better again whether it's Trump or anyone that will be coming back. There's going to be groups of people fending together to be able to overcome the elites. The elites already lost. That's a fact 3 months ago, right after the pandemic. But they're going to be pushing again to destroy our cultures and our traditions and to, do lots of stuff. Hey, Fred Lee, thanks for coming in, everyone. Thanks so much for coming in to listen to the news that just happened. So I'm sorry, Alex, and everyone, if you're discouraged, don't get too discouraged, brother. But I think you guys, we should put a bet on it. I bet you a beer. Bet you a beer, Alex. Adios, je te gage une bière. Bet you guys a beer. Or coffee is cheaper. I bet you guys a beer that we will see an incredible amount of truth. Everything is going to be exposed. The moon's going to be exposed. What they're not going to expose, I believe, is who was in charge. When they tell everybody that, yeah, the missions were faked and people did this and they had to do that. We just lost another astronaut there from the mission. There's, what's his name? Buzz Aldrin, the liar, is another one that's going to be, die soon. And then they're going to talk about the moon. Whenever no one's alive related to those missions, well, they're going to bring out some of the truth. It's like, Kennedy, his family, everyone's passed on, and now they're coming out and, telling the truth. I even believe the CIA developed some of the theories of his death to integrate that. There was no internet. So what were they doing back then? They were doing it with the newspapers. They were doing it bouche à oreille, from ear to ear. So for me, what I just heard, the breaking news from the House Oversight Committee, for me was mind-blowing, to the point of having tears, to the point of me coming on and making this live stream. And in every year that I've been doing this research, never in my life have I ever seen so many UFO reports and videos. Don't forget, guys, only 3 years ago, they were not openly talking about the things that they're talking about now. It'll never go away. Roswell stuck around. People made millions off of Roswell. Well, more people will make millions off of this, but truth will come out, I believe. Mama Bear, Anika is here. Mama Bear says, hey, Bruce and crew, what's going on? I just tuned in about 10 minutes ago and now got to run, so I'll see this later. Absolutely. Breaking news. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Thank you very much, Mama Bear. I believe it's breaking news. There's lots of debating going on here where people are disappointed, even in the community, that it's just a whole load of bullshit and that the truth is not going to come out. So who knows? We're making bets here. We're betting beers to see if, things will come up. No, we're not making bets because we're not allowed to bet online. Scotland watching, right on, Susie Cat. Appreciate it. Love you for it. Oh, you're right. Absolutely, you're right. Under oath. But under oath, the government, because he's under oath, has access to put this guy away, call him a flake, put him in jail, to say that he's lying, taking down the US government. That's what they're going to try to do. But there's too many whistleblowers on the inside. Over 50 guys. It's all government agents that are doing the whistleblowing. The government, the interagency battle on the inside, the truth will come out from the inside. Everyone valorizes Edward Snowden. He was a CIA member. Everyone valorizes the whistleblowers that, bring out shit, anonymous and all that. Who do you think those people are? They're all agents. It's all people trying to bring out some of the truth or trying to create some false flags. So I'm awake. When I watch that and I watch what just occurred, I know who's real. I know who's fake on the screen. Matt Gaetz, whether he's real or not, I don't base any judgments on that. I look at what they're saying. If an asshole shows me an incredible song to sing and plays the song in an incredible way, and the guy's an idiot, I will love the song. So I don't care who tells me the truth or shows me the truth. Truth is coming out there, I'm telling you. Oh, optics are important. You're damn right they are. Perception too. I think Tim and his crew are great. I do too. I'm really for them. So that's cool to know. We got some people here that think. So we'll be able to laugh and push some jokes at each other. I insist. Aleaus, Alex, no pun intended, full pun intended. I'm totally open to everything you guys think. Even much respect to you all, those of you that are honestly, disagreeing with me. And again, it's just a theory that I'm saying, but I do believe truth is going to come out. Truth will never completely come out in any situation. We don't even know who we are as a being. So, Frederick, thanks. Yes, Frederick says, get ready, Bruce. You're going to have a lot of work. I'm in the most incredible time. You must understand that, Elias and Alex. I'm in the most exciting time in my life where the research that I've been doing, I never even picked up on the crumbs of Roswell and Phoenix lights and everything. I never minded all that, and I brought my own research to the table. But now they are suppressing the UFO lights on Earth. That could mean that they're suppressing what's going on the moon. That my research could be a lot more important than people think. But that's just Bruce's opinion. But that's what I think. Big Daddy C, about to get off here, everyone. Want to thank you all for having listened into the news. We got a lot of people here today. This is awesome. We're totally awesome. Oh, yeah, man. Yes. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, everyone, eh? Civilization since the 60s. Yep. We will, Andromeda. It's going to be amazing. When we see flying UFOs, let's not say aliens too fast. Oh, absolutely. Everything I'm showing, mon frère, can be completely human built. It could be built all in the States. It could be that I believe in aliens, but maybe we've never had the chance of seeing any come close to our planet. Like I said, a lot of people told me my research too. Maybe it's all humans up there and there's no aliens. It doesn't change anything to me. It's, the interesting aspect is the fact that we don't have that physical capability and the speeds and the power, even with CERN here on the planet and HARP and all that. They're doing other nefarious things. They're not, they're trying to develop spaceships. That's what we do on Earth. And the development of the spaceships comes from us, the workers that bring in wood, that bring in metal, that drive around trucks that we don't even know what we're hauling. We're all CIA agents for the governments and nobody knows it. We're all driving around working for the CIA, doing shit and everything. CIA, you say, CSIS in Canada, it's all the same shit. No, in reality, perhaps those not from Earth will only wait so much longer before they take matters into their own hands. That could be horrendously dangerous. What they're going to do is, I'm telling you what I believe. The aliens are here. They're going to stop any capability of nuclear because there was an intention to destroy the freaking planet. So they're going to come here, take away the power grid and the power from those shithead, moronic, childish, satanic elites and take their power away. We are their power. If the elites don't have us, all we have to do is stand up, turn around, and tell them off. And they lose. See Budweiser, 3-day boycott, billions of dollars. It takes 2 seconds. The internet could be used for us as a very important tool without threatening to death people at all. No need for that. No need for that. Pure lies coming from them and the tell lie vision paid reporters. So we're going to call them all liars. Isn't that what we did to Jesus Christ when he came down to earth? Everyone says, Sire, Savior, come down, please. Help me. Heal us. We want your presence. Moses came by and a whole bunch of shit, bunch of cool tricks, boom, boom, poof, card tricks and everything, making fish appear out of the sky, people eating bread, wine, big party. Sure, lots of sex. Right? Then everyone sees Jesus. Who's that? God's son? It's stupid. That's what everybody does. So people don't want to see the truth. People like being plunged into confusion. It's interesting. That's like the fighter, the guy that likes making fights with people, just loves it when shit happens, you know. But I'm telling you, 99%, that's 101% totally truthful what was said by those people. There's no reason why those people would be going against the entire American government. But again, I'm still open-minded enough that they could be playing us. But am I disappointed by what they're saying? Hell no. Hell no. I'm really happy about what's going on. And my research was shown for the first time in 2021 because of the Transparency Act. That's a lot of people don't realize that. The more transparency comes, the more an amateur astronomer like me, ufologist, will be able to present my work to the world in a bigger way. Some interviews coming up also, connecting with people on Twitter. I'm there, y'all. You won't have to be running after me because Bruce is not liked and nobody likes talking about my research because I think people are afraid it's going to attract too many people to my channel. And when I have been spoken about, the fifth kind, almost 1 million subscribers, gets hundreds of thousands of views. He features my channel, The Fifth Kind. Do you know that? Paul Wallace knows me. Do you guys know who Paul Wallace is? The Archbishop? I love him to pieces. He talks about me. Well, with me. He doesn't talk about me on his show. We connected. He appreciates my research. Why is it when I connect with the real big people, nothing happens? Well, there are some people in the space community that are actually deliberately holding the truth from coming out. When I connected with a lot of big space channels, all of them, by the way, the ones I didn't connect with spoke about me. You got Tyler spoke about me, a whole bunch of things, not in a good way. Said my work research was fake. A couple of people did speak about the research. Third Phase of Moon came by one of my streams, says, Bruce, we have to do a collab, but he's been very busy. Haven't heard from him since. I won't need any of your help, my friends. The truth is going to come out. I will have done it myself with all of you. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. I love you very much. Please don't destroy my day. Okay, that kind of trance. All right. Because it's funny. I do see a lot of rainbow lights around the craters. Hope it's not rainbow flags. They don't want disclosure. They hushed a lot of people. Yeah, many merds, yes, and sues that are documented. Absolutely, absolutely. They paid a lot of Americans to keep the secret. Absolutely. Yes, reporters and everyone, a whole bunch of people. Those criminals are still alive and in power today. Absolutely. Yes, they do, Jules. Thanks a lot, Leah. It was a cool live, guys. Thanks to the show of people for coming by. Thanks for the support that you guys and gals given my research. Really appreciate that. It's not going to stop. Winter here in Canada, I still get out to see a clear moon whenever I get. Like I said, we have so much research to look over. Look at some of the last videos. I got short videos up now that you guys can check out. Please do. I had an amazing afternoon with you all. Hopefully we'll have a good stream also tomorrow. And yes, Froggy, the DEP, that's what's going on. They have stuck a finger in the levee, but we all know how that story goes once the levee breaks. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Little old boys drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die." No. There's no dying here. It's going to happen. There's no driving Chevy to the levee. No jumping off any levees. CP says, hey, you're looking great with your weight loss. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, guys. Lost over 111 pounds, now 112 pounds. That's many bags of potatoes, and it feels great. More to come. Then I'm going to be zooking myself up the other way after that. I'm going to total change. I'm going to go get a rug. I'm going to go, get some new dentures and stuff, but no, I'm kidding. I have beautiful teeth, only one crooked one, but that's because of the trolls. The more the trolls have attacked me, you'll notice over the years, my tooth goes up ever so slowly in the front, ever so slowly. I look like a Canadian beaver in a couple of years. Thanks a lot, everyone. Casa Nostra. Henry wanted us to eat the bugs too. Yes, now the bugs will be eating him. Thank you for that comment. I'm going to leave it there. I held back from giving my opinions on that. I would have loved to have been the one doing the eulogy at his funeral. I can't get past my distrust for the U.S. government. I hear you, Dan. I'm always going to assume they're deliberately hiding something, lying, or creating a false flags. That is important. It's important. You're smart to do so. All of you are smart to do so, but you're still not blocking out the fact that there could be some good in this. And that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what you have to do. Love you guys. UK in the house. Susie Cat, thanks, hey? A lot of laws slipped in during the lockdowns. Yes, absolutely. Aviator, how are you? Merci, Bruce. Merci pour tout, Bruce. Hey, fait plaisir. Do you think the world is ready for what is coming? I think a lot of us are, but it's going to be an overwhelming change. The entire system is going to change, and it's not going to be an evolution process. It's going to be day one to day two. They're putting everything in place right now, but now the problem is hopefully the good people will be in charge of the new system. So get this, easy situation, guys. For those that don't like news or politics and don't feel too smart, it's a domination for the world to be in charge of the world. That's what they're doing. That's all they're trying to do. Black Knight Satellite is here. They're trying to be in charge. The bugs are eating me. It's exactly what Henry is saying right now. See that AI says that the moon landing was fake. Thank you, Sabinator. Yeah, guys, you're absolutely right about that. Dalek, thank you so much. Andromeda Native, thank you. Dalek, thank you. Paul, everybody that is here, thanks for the amazing support, for watching the streams, for coming by, guys. I really appreciate that. What goes up must come down, says Donovan. You're absolutely right about that. Donovan, DL 1060. Thanks a lot, Elias. Leah, thanks again, you guys. Froggy Zombie, merci vraiment beaucoup d'être ici. Plein de cool participants. Oui, comme d'habitude, t'en es un. Dalek, Andromeda, Humpty Bumtua, thank you very much. Hello to you. Thanks, guys. The fringes, can't wait, Liz says, for the fringes to be removed from the flags. It's coming. Gotta go. Thanks, Trish. Same here, guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Andromeda 2, guys. Dalek, wow. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the contributions. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lots of news that's going to be coming up. Radiation to hit Earth tomorrow. So if we all die, there won't be a stream. So love you guys. Thank you very much to everyone on Twitter. I really personally love you and thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say at the streams, watching the videos, commenting, and for coming on over to YouTube to subscribe. I ain't leaving Twitter, guys. Twitter is incredible. The attention that I'm getting on Twitter, I feel so loved. I mean, I love it. I feel loved here too, but there's new people on Twitter that are coming over to the channel, so it's working. Thanks again, everyone. Talk to you all soon. Signing off.